International volunteering. It's changed my life already.
Helping can sometimes just be being there. You're giving these people another idea of the world and that the world cares.
It makes you re-examine your priorities. I've just seen a whole spectrum of life that I would have been completely oblivious to before.
It is opening a door to a different way of seeing life, opening a door to seeing the world from a different perspective and taking an active role in solving problems.
Imagine a world where people value cultures different from their own, are aware of global issues, and are empowered to effect positive change. Through an international volunteer experience with cross-cultural solutions, you can play a part in building such a world. Since 1995, thousands of cross-cultural solutions volunteers have worked side by side with people around the globe on locally designed and driven projects. In addition to living and working within an international community, our volunteers gain a new perspective on the people and the culture through educational programming and personal time off to explore. Whether you volunteer for a few weeks or a few months, our in-country staff works closely with volunteers and local organizations to sustain community programs year-round.
CCS has given me a wonderful opportunity to contribute within my community. Growing up in San Carlos, being part of different neighborhoods, I always learned that there were needs in the society that had to be attended. I noticed these problems growing up, and now I can be part of the solution for these problems. CCS volunteer programs offer the opportunity for people to understand in a very short amount of time how other people live. We work in Costa Rica with people that have been left out from society. We work with senior citizens that have been abandoned or are in poor economic situations. We work with abandoned children in an orphanage, or children that have been abused by family members, or students with learning disabilities that have felt that they are failing in their efforts to be active members in society.
The first day I came, I was really nervous because I didn't know what to expect. I was pretty scared, but the kids were just so welcoming and so warm and took me right in, and they have so much energy and so much spunk to them, and I think a lot of times they just aren't given a chance because they have a hard time learning. I'm kind of a friend to the kids, kind of a mentor to the kids. I interact with them, and then I also teach an English class.
Daniel, how are you?
I'm fine. We taught them how to ask people on the street, how are you, and how to respond. They enjoy learning English. They also love teaching Spanish. So, I had this one little girl who was saying, I don't know much English, and I was saying, I don't know much Spanish. And then she was saying, maybe we can teach each other, And so I think they get a buzz out of the interaction.
Cultural exchange to me is the most important part of a volunteer process. There are so many times before when I've traveled and I just see like the big sights of a city and I don't get to know the people, and I just feel like I really missed out on something when I left. But yeah, all these men were so active. I mean, they were farmers and they were used to such hard work, such strenuous labor. So even though throwing the ball isn't strenuous, just the fact that they're having to use their arms for anything, I think they really enjoy that.
I work in a daycare center. The kids are from about 2.5 to 6. What I feel like I can contribute here in the short time that I'm here is giving the kids more personal attention. Some of them have so many brothers and sisters that they just don't get a lot of personal time with adults. I feel like that's kind of something that I can do for them to just make them feel like they're being seen and that somebody cares about what they're interested in.
Volunteers need to feel at home from the beginning. So we try to provide with the right environment for the volunteers to get to know each other and also to get to know about the culture and their surroundings.
Visited national parks right in front of us.
The other volunteers I've met here are wonderful people. I think there's a kindred spirit in the sense that we all, are here trying to give something of ourselves, and I think there's a real also adventurous spirit that we're trying to take things in, as much as possible. So it's a great experience. Everyone here is really friendly and affable.
The living conditions at the Cross Cultural Solution Program House are superb. It's great because it's a very family feeling because everyone eats together. Olga and Rosa and Lillian are like our second mothers here. They take care of us. The rooms are very nice. I feel very secure there. It's amazing.
One of the great things about where the house is located in San Carlos is that not only are we located in the city, but we have access to wonderful landscapes, so we take field trips. I think Costa Rica is absolutely beautiful.
¿Cuántos años tienes? 5.
The main thing I learned about travel was I think you have to step off the beaten path, tread the path less trodden, and get to really know the local community, get to really know the real country that you're going into. And I think it's only then that you really travel, when you step outside of that kind of your own frame of reference.
One of our afternoon excursions was to San Vicente, which is a small farming community. When we went down to look at the farm, this woman, she was 71 years old. Her name was Doña Ida. And she took us into her house, and she had the whole wall plastered with newspaper clippings. She was telling us about her family, and none of them are with her anymore. They've all died, actually, but she has their portraits on her wall.
Sister?
I ended up taking a picture of her and of me outside of her house, and if I can find a way to send it back to her, I think that might become part of her wall.
We have noticed that volunteers opening their hearts make a difference in these people's lives. We have noticed, for example, more attendance in the high school. We have noticed more active participation of the senior citizens and a lot of changes in the children at the daycares and at the orphanage.
I'll be so much more open to volunteer opportunities at home because now I've realized that volunteering is so easy. As long as you're willing and you care about people, that's the only skill you need.
You don't need to bring anything with you, just yourself and a smile. It's just such a cultural experience. You learn so much, and also you get to see so much.
If everyone did volunteer for a day and stepped outside of their own kind of comfort zone, I think the most important thing that they'd take away from that is the awareness of something kind of greater than themselves.
We as citizens should not forget that we are one global community. I think the key to improve our world is respect and tolerance. This comes from educating one another about our differences to make the world a better place.
Whether you choose Costa Rica or one of our other programs around the world, Cross-Cultural Solutions allows you to see a country through the eyes of its people. Contact us today to start on your path to international volunteering.